This is a breaking news alert from 6 News.
And we are following breaking news today as 4 men were just arraigned on charges of trying to abduct and kill Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Thanks for starting your afternoon with us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Now, they were arraigned just a few moments ago in the 86th District Court in Antrim County. And this comes after several raids across the state, including in Detroit, Grand Rapids, and Traverse City. And we are joined now by Kiera Lake. She is live at the Capitol. What can you tell us, Kiera?
Siobhan, so I'm here at the Capitol and state senators are in session today, and I did speak with them right as they were learning this information about the plot to kill Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Now, like you just said, this is breaking news, so the information that we have is limited, but what we do know is that this was we're hearing that this was part of a massive statewide plot and a well-organized plot. I spoke to Republican State Senator Tom Barrett, who knew Attorney General Dana Nessel had planned to hold a press conference today, but not how serious this topic would be. Now, I also spoke to Democratic Senator Curtis Hotel just moments after he learned what was happening. Take a listen.
You know, obviously it's incredibly disturbing. You know, my family obviously worries about some of the rhetoric that's happened.
This is a breaking news alert from 6 News.
Good afternoon. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. We interrupt your regular programming to bring you a live update from Attorney General Dana Nessel. The Attorney General did not say what the topic of today's event would be about, but we'll tell you what we do know. The Attorney General will be joined by a bunch of heavy hitters, including the 2 U.S. attorneys who represent the eastern and western halves of Michigan, as well as someone from the FBI and the head of the Michigan State Police. Here now is Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel.
Our efforts uncovered elaborate plans to endanger the lives of law enforcement officers, government officials, and the broader public. The multi-front operation to apprehend the suspects in question was carefully coordinated and skillfully executed, resulting, very fortunately, in no casualties.
This is a breaking news alert from 6 News.
Good afternoon. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. We interrupt your regular programming to bring you a live update from Governor Gretchen Whitmer. But today, it's not because of the fight against COVID-19. We are breaking in today because the governor will be reacting to the news about plans to kidnap her and to launch attacks against other officials, police officers, and even the state capitol building here in Lansing. 6 News broke the news earlier this morning about a group of men who face federal charges after authorities uncovered their plot to kidnap the governor when she visited her vacation home.
Earlier today, Attorney General Dana Nessel was joined by officials from the Department of Justice and the FBI to announce state and federal charges against 13 members of 2 militia groups who were preparing to kidnap and possibly kill me. When I put my hand on the Bible and took the oath of office 22 months ago, I knew this job would be hard. But I'll be honest, I never could have imagined anything like this.
Live from WLNS TV, this is 6 News at 5.
First of all, how you doing? All right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Last night, the FBI and Michigan State Police arrested 6 individuals charged in a federal complaint with conspiring to kidnap the governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer.
When I put my hand on the Bible and took the oath of office 22 months ago, I knew this job would be hard. But I'll be honest, I never could have imagined anything like this.
13 men are in custody after making plans to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer, raid the Capitol, and start a war with law enforcement. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Thompson. Attorney General Dana Nessel and other law enforcement officials made this shocking announcement earlier today. It's a complicated story with a lot of moving parts, but we're going to break it all down for you. We have team coverage tonight, starting with Kaylee Marin-Tutt. She's here for you now live in our newsroom with more details and developments, including who these men are, a look at their plans, and what charges they're facing now. Kaylee?
Lauren, 6 men were arrested and charged for planning to kidnap and kill Governor Whitmer. 7 others were also charged with attempting to target law enforcement and attack the Capitol building. Authorities executed search warrants and arrested several men in nearly 20 different cities across the state, including Charlotte, Ovid, and Munith, which are here in mid-Michigan. Mugshots, even 7 men of part of the Michigan militia group Wolverine Watchmen were charged with 19 felonies after attempting to find home addresses of officers planning and training to make an attack on the Capitol building and kidnap government officials, including the governor.
Fox and Croft, in particular, according to the complaint, discussed detonating explosive devices to divert police from the area of the home.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer says when she took the oath of office, she never anticipated anything like this happening to she and her family. So when we sat down to talk about all of this, that was the first question. How are she and the family doing?
We're fine. We are safe. Our security is, the state police, and they have done an incredible job. And I'm grateful to them. And of course, the FBI, the brave men and women that put themselves on the line to make sure we stay safe. So we're safe, and we're incredibly grateful.
The governor spoke about the 13 alleged conspirators, calling them sick and deprived.
Tim, these were people that have been plotting to blow up the Capitol, have been identifying and plotting to hurt and kill law enforcement, to kidnap and kill me, it appears. And so these are not the actions of, stable people. This is a depraved situation. It is incredibly violent. It is incredibly serious. And I don't think anyone can take it lightly. And I don't think that we should parse our words.
The governor also saw a potential link between the comments of the president and the incident in her life today.
Leaders, whether it is at the state level or it is at the federal level or it is the local level, who fraternize with militia groups, who encourage them and give them comfort and incite them, are a part of what is happening in terms of the actions that played out today in the last 24 hours. And they are complicit.
But we also spoke with and heard from state lawmakers. We learned from Attorney General Dana Nessel this afternoon that they were also a target in this plot. We go now to Kiera Lake. She's here for you now live from the Capitol. Kiera, what are you hearing there tonight?
Lauren, I was here at the Capitol covering the Senate being back in session, and one of the senators that I spoke to, he was in shock when he heard the news. Take a listen.
Obviously, it's incredibly disturbing.
Says Democratic State Senator Curtis Hertel just moments after learning about the plot to kidnap and kill. He says he's worried, along with his family, about some of the rhetoric that's happened.
It's probably a good lesson for all of us to try to tone that down.
State Senator Dana Polehanki, a Livonia Democrat whose tweet of armed men overlooking the Michigan State Senate chambers in June went viral, issued a statement on today's events, saying in part, quote, "There has never been a clearer alert signal than today's news that we must ban guns from the state capitol."
This is 6 News at 6.
The alleged conspirators are extremists who undertook a plot to kidnap a sitting governor.
I knew this job would be hard, but I'll be honest, I never could have imagined anything like this.
It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Thompson. Sherry is off tonight. There's one big story tonight, and it's about plots to kidnap the governor, kill police officers across the state, and even blow up the Capitol here in Lansing. Here's what we know. 6 people face federal charges for plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer from her vacation home. 7 people face state charges for plans to attack police officers and other officials and to bomb the state capitol. But thanks to the work of the FBI and law enforcement departments across the state who conducted more than a dozen raids, including several right here in mid-Michigan, those plans were never carried out. Now, we'll break this all down for you piece by piece tonight, starting with a look at the men who prosecutors say wanted to kidnap the governor. We kick off our team coverage tonight with Capitol correspondent Tim Skubik.
Last night, the FBI and Michigan State Police arrested 6 individuals charged in a federal complaint with conspiring to kidnap the governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer.
This alleged conspiracy has been under investigation for months. and involves individuals from 19 different communities from one side of the state to the other. The government alleges that the accused used encrypted messaging platforms and code words to avoid detection, and they plotted to abduct the governor from her vacation home.
On 2 occasions, conducted coordinated surveillance on the governor's vacation home. Fox and Croft, in particular, according to the complaint, discussed detonating explosive devices to divert police from the area of the home, and that the group successfully detonated an improvised explosive device wrapped with shrapnel to test its anti-personnel capabilities.
Acting under the state's anti-terrorism law, the state attorney general is now charging 7 additional Michigan residents whom she claims are members of the militia group Wolverine Watchmen. She alleges they conspired to start a civil war with law enforcement in addition to kidnapping the governor, and had plans to attack the state capitol.
The individuals in custody are suspected to have attempted to identify the home addresses of law enforcement officers in order to target them, made threats of violence intended to instigate a civil war, and engaged in planning and training for an operation to attack the Capitol building of Michigan and to kidnap government officials, including the governor of Michigan.
After the Nessel announcement, the governor spoke to the state from her office and said when she took the oath of office, she never anticipated anything like this. Then afterwards, she sat down to reflect on all of this, beginning with, how are she and the family doing?
We're fine. We are safe. Our security is, the state police, and they have done an incredible job. And I'm grateful to them. And of course, the FBI, the brave men and women that put themselves on the line to make sure we stay safe.
The governor called the 13 alleged conspirators sick and deprived.
Tim, these were people that have been plotting to blow up the Capitol, have been identifying and plotting to hurt and kill law enforcement, to kidnap and kill me, it appears. And so these are not the actions of, stable people. This is a depraved situation. It is incredibly violent. It is incredibly serious. And I don't think anyone can take it lightly. And I don't think that we should parse our words.
Well, the official criminal complaint sheds new light onto the details of this plot. Michael Thomas read through that complaint. He's here for you now live in the studio with a closer look at the disturbing details. Michael.
Lauren, the complaint here in my hands goes into vivid detail about 6 people planning to kidnap the governor before the November election. Details in this include destroying her homes, boat, and even mention sending cakes, which prosecutors believe are code words for bombs, to her office here in Lansing. Adam Fox, Barry Crawford, Ty Garbin, Caleb Franks, Daniel Harris, and Brandon Casarta are all being charged with conspiracy to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer and take her to a secured location in Wisconsin.
Now, these are pictures of 5 of the 7 men who authorities say were part of a militia group called the Wolverine Watchmen. Now, 2 of them were right here in mid-Michigan. Police picked them up in Jackson County. Kira Lake is here for you now live from the state capitol. Kira, what else do we know about these men and their plans?
Nessel says everyone's effort in this case was so important, including the effort from Michigan State Police and the FBI. And this morning and afternoon, she told us that there will be additional charges filed by the Attorney General's office.
So I'd like to announce the following preliminary charges pursuant to the Michigan Anti-Terrorism Act against 7 individuals, all of whom are now in custody.
And are members and associates of the Wolverine Watchmen militia group, according to Attorney General Dana Nessel.
Well, as we've reported, the investigation led to dozens of raids involving multiple law enforcement agencies across the state. Take a look at your screen right now. We have those locations mapped out for you. Now, you'll see some of those spots are right here in mid-Michigan, including Charlotte, Munith, and Ovid. 6 News has video of a couple of the raids. We traveled to Jackson County today to find out more about what happened there. We asked Jackson Bureau reporter Luke Snyder to break it down for us.
I'm on Dunn Road near the Portage River, near the town of Munith in Jackson County. The FBI and Michigan State Police raided a home nearby in the middle of the night. It was all connected to that massive investigation surrounding the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Neighbors tell me law enforcement swarmed the area with drones and helicopters, and it went on for hours.
It was before 3 o'clock this morning. We heard a chopper going over between Dunn Road and Coon Hill and in that area in there. And I went out in the field to take a look, and it was a state police helicopter because they had the big red light on top.
There was another raid in Grand Rapids, inside the basement of the Vic Shack, where the suspect was staying. The owner says he can't believe it.